Well, hey, welcome back, everybody. All right, so what do I have for you this weekend? Well, we're going to kick things off with this. We got a shaft here in front of us. I don't think we're going to be able to access it, but I really wanted to show it to you guys because it's pretty darn cool. But we're in an area that's just, oh my gosh, it's pockmarked like an angry anthill around here with shafts and adits. So I pretty much guarantee we're going to find something today. But let's get things kicked off with this shaft and head frame. I walked over here a moment ago because I was really excited. Looking at this thing on Google Earth, I thought for sure that it was probably a horizontal haulage adit. But darn, if I didn't get here, and turns out to be a straight vertical shaft. So here we have, there's the head frame, and then off to my left here is what's left of, this was probably a shack build for keeping all the tools and compressors and everything else. Let's take a look at the shaft first, and then we'll head over there to the rail and the ore bin. Yeah, I was really hoping that right here it would have went straight into the hill, but darn it, nope, we got a vertical. And we've got a manway. And there's your shaft. Now I'm gonna drop a little rock down there. We're gonna count how many seconds before it hits the bottom. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1. I'm gonna say 5 seconds. 5 second hole. And then take a look at the manway here. Here. A little door. And I'll get my flashlight and shine down in there for you folks. There. See if I can get a good shot here. So, now if you remember, I did go down that 400-foot shaft, but that's because those ladders were in really good shape. They were on an angle to each. I mean, what I'm trying to say is the stairs were going down on an angle to each of the terraces. But here what you have is these are straight vertical up and down stairs that go to small little terraces there and there. And you can see there's a whole bunch more down there. So really the only way to access this mine is you would have to be on a rope and harness with somebody properly belaying you down, just in case one of the rungs on these ladders snapped. You had something to catch you. So unfortunately, folks, nope, not something you do when you're solo exploring. And not only that, I got rid of all of my old rock climbing equipment long ago. So pretty cool. Okay, next, let's head over this way. Oh, wait, look here. So there's where they'd come up out of the shaft and tip over. Here they got a couple of plates of steel so you wouldn't wear the wood out when they're dumping the ore into the cars. And then they would roll the ore cars off this direction. Take a look at this real quick. Oh, that's pretty rickety. I don't know if I'm going to walk out onto that one, folks. Yeah, best not to. It gives you an idea. They'd roll the cars up there, dump the ore in the bin, and then from there it would be hauled off to the mill. I'll tell you what, let's get a better view on this. I'm going to work my way down there, and we'll angle up and I'll give you a front side look of this thing. I'll meet you down there. Okay, walk down over here to the front side of it. Yeah, I'm kind of shooting right into the sun. Let's get up here in the shade. There we go. Double chute ore bin. And she's kind of leaning. Yeah, she's seen better days. That's what the front side looks like. And there is some writing up here on that big washer. Give me a moment here. I'm going to look at that. See if there's a date on it. Yeah, there sure is. December. Let me show you here. Let me try to get the camera up there. Okay, I just looked at that washer. It says December 18th, 1904. Cool. Real early 1900s. Well, I mean, that's when the washer was made. I would imagine fast forward a few years, that's when the ore bin was made. Okay, I want to meet you folks back up on top and take a look at that old building. See you up there. All right, we're back up here by the old tool shack. That's what I'm guessing. It was tool shack and compressor shack. And after all these years, the wind and the snow load and everything else just finally got into it, and it fell apart. I'd like to have seen it when it was all together. I mean, right there's the workbench. It's flipped over on its side, but you can tell that's the workbench. Interesting. All right, well, like I was saying, there is a buttload of adits around here. So let's head off to what I believe is the first one. Okay, I'll meet you over there. Okay, folks, worked my way around the side of this hill. And right now we're standing on just some colossal waste rock piles. And just like I was saying, the adit is right there in front of us. And then off to the right here, down there by old Bob, we've got a really cool looking old incline shaft and another big waste rock pile that came out of that hole. We may have to investigate that. But let's take a look at this first. before we get all the equipment on. Always good just to peek into the nose here, into the portal, and see if we have any gates or anything crazy like that. Let's take a look. We'll just go in just a little ways and see if it's all collapsed out or what we got going on in here. Yeah, this is an old one. That's for sure. Yeah, so that's too bad. Right there, see? It's pinched off right there. There is some sort of some workings higher up on the hill. That's probably what fell down into that. Darn. Okay, turning around. Let's head back out of here and let's go see what this incline shaft is all about. All kinds of interesting junk laying around. Okay, what do we have here? A little adit to the left. Okay, we'll take a peek at it. Oh, just a little exploratory thing there. That's all that is. Okay. Now, what do we have going on with this incline? Oh, very cool. Yeah. I like the looks of that. Okay. Well, that's going to be the first one for today. All right, let's gear up and we'll take a peek at this, see what's down in there. Be back in a moment. All right, folks, let's explore this incline shaft. I just got to get past all this old rotten wood here first. Okay, let's see here. Give me 1 second, I gotta navigate around all this. There we go. There, we're getting better. Okay. Well, first, let's shoot down in there. Oh yeah, it goes quite a ways. Now with these incline shafts, we're about a 45-degree angle here. And every one of these boards that I've got to step over on the way down, I got to be real careful and look for critters. Because, yeah, that's just my breath. Okay. Because critters absolutely love incline shafts. It's because they're relatively easy to get in and out of. All right. As soon as I get down here to a level spot, I think I'm gonna relocate that meter. Okay, first drift is right here off to the right. Let's head over there and see what that's all about first. That'll give me a place to go relocate my meter. What do we have here? Oh, we got a drift going to the right. And another something going off to the left. All right. Give me just a moment, folks. One thing I'm learning about these oxygen meters is that as they get older, mine has like 16 months left on it. As they get older, it seems to me like they become more sensitive. Okay, I know we're not abiding by the right-hand rule here, but I think this just goes up and chokes out. Yeah, that's as far as it goes. Okay, turn it back around. Let's see where the other one went. What is that? Oh, okay. Oh, goodness, I can finally stand up. I hurt my back many, many years ago, folks, and for me to be hunched over, I can do it but not for long periods of time. All right, what do we have here? It just goes up there and chokes out, and does the same right here too. Maybe this just got a whole bunch of lumber scraps laying here on the floor. And that's it. Okay. Let's head back over to the incline shaft here. And from this angle here, that the camera is perfectly level, horizontal. That gives you an idea of the angle we're going down. Okay. Now, let's climb up and over. All this junk and take a look at what we have in here. Another drift level with a bunch of stoped out areas. I put some stalls, made a back brace for a bunch of gobbing. Okay. Cool. Look at all that. How much weight you suppose is being held up right there. Goodness. Oh, and they made themselves a little, look at this. There is a little manway there that went up into that stoped out area. Cool. It's only about 2.5 feet tall. Yeah, I'm not going to be crawling up into that. All right. Here we've got some more of it here. Another stoped area instead of hauling out all them rocks. Now there's a widowmaker, folks. Let me point it out to you. Look at that rock right there being held up by that stall. If that stall wasn't there, that whole thing would come down. Okay, quickly, carefully, and somewhat quietly, let's get underneath that. There we go. What do we have up in here? Oh, wow. Oh, we've got another drift going off to the left up there, And an area here where they were working out a stope. That's as far as it goes. And it looks like, yeah, it goes way down in there. So, yeah, well, typical incline shaft. You know, it goes down 50, 100 feet. Then they're going to drift out left and right and do some stopes. All right, let's take a look at what's going on up in here. Well, it's been backfilled. And that's as far as it goes there. Turning left. Now we're headed back up onto the upper part of that first stope. When we came in, it was on the left with the stalls holding up all the rock. That's where this goes. Right there. Okay. Too skinny. Way too skinny. Okay. All right, folks, we're gonna head back to the main, or the drift here, and go back over to the incline shaft. I'll meet you over there. Okay, folks, back to the incline. Before we went down this drift, if you remember, we went over to that one. Okay, now we're going to work our way deeper. Oh, and they had a fire in here at one time. We got a burned out stove right there. Yeah, I know on camera it looks like we're going straight, but we are going down on a 45-degree angle. I really got to watch my footing here. There we go. And looking for critters. Okay, what's this? Is this another drift? Let's see here. Well, they were working the vein a little bit over that direction. Yeah, but looks like it's all been backfilled up in there. Okay. Well, continuing on. Thought we had a drift there for a second, but no, it just stops right there. Okay. Well, by the taking into consideration the size of the waste rock pile outside, I'd imagine this is going to go pretty darn deep. Little by little, we're getting there. There's a bunch of blasting fuse on the floor. Okay. I'm just kind of hopping over every one of these boards like I'm skiing, like a slalom. There we go. Okay. All right, what do we have here? We got a kerosene can and a drift that goes that way. All right, but before we explore that drift, let's shoot down there real quick. See how much. Good gracious. Yeah, I'd say this goes deep. All right, well, before we go that way, we're going to do this drift. Oh, here's a dynamite box. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. High explosive Hercules Powder Company. And somebody found an axe handle. All right. Let's go explore this. Let's explore this drift. What is that? No, that's just an old pipe. I was thinking, heck, that can't be dynamite. All right. Well, this adit is in nicer shape. I can stand up in it. And we've got a drift to the right. Let's re-explore that. We'll take a look at that on the way back. Let's see what's up in here first. Okay, here's an area they were working. With a bunch of gobbing. We're going to do a little bit bigger area here. Let's see. That's looks to be about as far as that goes. They were chipping away on the back of the mine. That's what made this pile of dirt in front of me here. It's not a natural collapse. They were working that. And we're going to follow this compressor line for now. Another backfill drift. Yeah, we're getting up into some workings in here. Okay. Oh, above my head. Yeah, it helps to look up from time to time. See what they were working up in there. Big stoped out area. What do we have here? Looks like it's what's left of a ore chute. And yeah, coming from higher up. And it's all busted into pieces. But the compressor line does go up there, so makes me wonder if that heads up to the last drift that we were on, and what they were doing was just throwing the ore down to the next level. Okay. What do you say we're going to head back over here to this other drift. Lots of wax paper on the floor from the lining of all the dynamite boxes. There's a bunch. There's some right there. So, you know, 1950s, 1960s. The mine was probably put in the early 1900s, and they came back and worked it some more years later. Okay, so here's that drift we have yet to explore. Let's see what this is all about. Stops there. It quits right there. More wax paper on the floor. And it continues off to the right. Well, we've got an orange survey tag on the wall. I'm just kind of observing the geology, trying to figure out what they're going after. Well, so this is the underside of the vein that they were chasing after, and to me, it just looks more like more of that epithermal features, andesite. You've got little pockets in here I'm seeing of sulfides crystallized in these little cracks right there. There's some up in there. Let's look here for a moment. Yeah, it may be the gold and silver that's precipitating within this little vein right here. It's only about 3 inches wide through there. That could be what they're chasing. Okay. Let's yeah, I'll just meet you folks back at the incline shaft. I'll see you back there. Okay, folks, back again real quick. While I was working my way back over to the incline shaft, I found a box of blasting caps right there. Try to focus on that real quick here, if it will. Yeah, it says handle with care, blasting caps, and then they put it inside of a competition white hollow basin stoppers. So they just repurposed a box, put a bunch of blasting caps in there. 10 cents each. Probably not the price of the blasting caps. More than likely the price of the stoppers. Okay. Almost back to the shaft incline here. And as always, the deeper you go, the more cool stuff you find. Okay, I gotta jump over this. There we go. Whoa. And that's what it sounds like when your feet slip out from under you. Okay. Okay. So somebody tossed a big barrel down in here. that's crumbly. Yeah, we're into a real crumbly section here. Let's get past this. Yeah, look at this little tiny stick. Like, what's that gonna do? All right. And that's what it sounds like when you fall on your butt. There we go. Told you guys it's slippery here. Okay. We've got an ore chute here with a compressor line going up into that area. And the chute is completely filled with ore that never made it off the mountain here. Okay. Well, folks, I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that the conditions are getting worse. Let's see what's down here. Well, we've got some rail. There we go. Okay, so the incline keeps on going down. We have a big ore chute here with a Hercules powder box nailed up on the side of it. And then off here to the left, let's see what we have there. Jump over this board. There we go. Stoped out area there, and here's an area they were working with a big collapse back up in there. Yeah, that looks pretty gosh darn unstable, folks. Okay, back to the incline shaft. Carbide tin. What do we have? Is that cable or is that fuse? Oh, it's cable. And ladder up into another stoped out area. There's that Hercules powder sign I was telling you about. Okay. Continuing on. There's what's left of a kerosene can. Right, let's shoot down into the bottom. Oh wow, still keeps going, folks. Deeper and deeper. That was there's a reel you put wire on, spool your wire out, probably for lighting. Okay. And once again, another ore chute. Working its way up into another stoped out area. Yeah. No, we won't be climbing ladders today, folks. I'm more interested at what's down in the bottom of this thing. Well, let's hope we don't get into a bubble of bad air. Boy, this is fun. I don't know about you guys, but my adrenaline is up a notch. Wow, it just keeps on going. Fantastic. Okay, what do we have here now? Another stoped out area. Okay, but still no drifts. I'm waiting for another drift. That's what I'd like to see. Let's hope that there's a drift in the very bottom. And here we go. We are in the bottom. We have a stope and an ore pass. But that's about it. Okay. Well, let's since we're here, let's look at some, folks. There's my O2 sensor. So if there's going to be bad air anywhere, it's going to be right there in the very, very bottom of this incline shaft, and nothing. Okay, looking back up. Nice place to pause and take a break for a moment. And we'll look back up the shaft here. That's where we came from. Well, very cool. So like I was saying earlier, there's a whole bunch more of this type of stuff. These types of shafts and inclines and adits in this area. So I'll just meet you folks back up on top and we'll see if we can't find something else. All right, I'll meet you up there. All right, folks, back outside from that incline shaft, safe and sound. Holy cow. That's got to be one of the most difficult things I've done in a while, was climbing back up out of that thing. Well, you figure, I'm guessing that that incline was probably, say 500 feet deep. So just imagine a 45-degree grade up alongside a hill on a 45-degree angle. All right, now climb back up out of it. And that's what it's like. Yeah, I had to, it probably took me, I don't know, 2 or 3 times as long to get back up out of there than it did to go down in. I had to rest along the way. That's pretty steep. Yeah, I'm really wore out now. So as you can see, look along that hill out there, you see prospect pits all along the side of it. Pretty much this entire area is just filled with them. So let's hop back into old Bob and see what else we can find around here. Okay, I'll be back with you in a bit. All right, folks, back again. Yeah, I just wanted to take a minute to show you the frame of this old, I don't know if it's a Model A or a Model T. There's the frame and fenders. And a lot of interesting artifacts laying around here. Let me show you one. You know what that is, don't you? Yeah, that's log cabin maple syrup is what came in that. It's probably from the 50s or 60s. So, a moment ago, we were just right over there. Yeah, I know, you can hear it in my voice. I'm still pretty tuckered out from climbing up that incline shaft. That was really, really difficult. Put that waste rock pile in front of us there. That's where we came from. And where I want to go next is the one over there off to the left. And there's some exterior gobbing out there I want to take a look at. So I'm trying to find the road to get over to that one. Okay, I'll meet you over there. All right, folks, we made it to the top of this next adit here. I'm standing on the waste rock pile. That big waste rock pile right over there, that's where that incline shaft was. Down over to the right, where you see that old cabin, that's where the frame of that Model A or Model T was. And now we've got this adit right over here. Which I think is probably going to be the last one for the day. Let's see if the BLM has any surprises for us before we switch over equipment. Nope. Oh, we've got a lot of nice cool air blowing out of there. Okay, folks. I'll be back in a minute, and we will climb the velvet rope to adventure. Okay. Yeah, that's what to me, barbed wire fences are the velvet rope to adventure. All right, folks, I'll be back. All right, folks, let's explore this old mine. Get around the fence here. There we go. And okay, let's see what this one's all about. Another party balloon. Well, that could only mean one thing, you know, the Stephen King's It clown is in here somewhere. Let's see if we can find him. Well, we got a bunch of old cross ties on the floor. For all we know, they dug this one first, and then they moved the rail and everything over to the incline shaft that we just came out of. You know what the best part about mine exploring is in August? Is that when you finally do get to come into a mine, it sure is a welcome relief from the heat. Just beautiful in here. What do we have here now? Just some debris and a beer bottle. Yeah, that hanging rock there looks pretty ugly. And we have our first choose wisely. Well, let's why don't we go right and stay along this hanging wall See that hanging wall there off to the left? Oh, just comes back up in here and stops right there. Okay. All right. Now let's continue left. Now, I'll try to get a good view of it here, get an angle. See the vein above my head that they were working here. You got a hanging wall to the left, and actually more of a foot wall to the left, hanging wall to the right, and then the vein, the quartz vein, is right above our heads there. It's about 2 feet, 2.5 feet wide at that point. Okay, we've got a stope or something going on up here. I can see what looks to be a whole bunch of, what are those, like, those must be ore sacks up there on that timber. Well, before we take a closer look at that, what do we have going on up in here? Okay. Yeah, I kind of thought this went further. I have to get on my hands and knees to crawl. Yeah, what it was they backfilled, made a pile from that upper stope there, but it just keeps going. Okay, what do we have to the left here? Nothing. They were chasing a small little stringer vein that direction. And it just keeps on going. Old tin can of some sort. Aha. Now it comes to, we have here a ore chute. Question is does the mine keep going? Let's look back in there. Yeah, it does. Let's take a closer look at this. Oh, that is, I don't know, let me look at this. Let me take a close look, guys. Well, this is really interesting. I'm going to try to get underneath this old ore bin. Yeah, I really want to see what this is all about. Very cool. I'm going to try to get under here without touching anything. One second, folks. I'll get back on my feet here. Oh, We're in a really sketchy area. Give me just a moment, folks. We have a possible false floor. Let me find a safe area to get around here. There. That's better. Okay, so here's where we just came from. I crawled underneath that ore bin right there, and they built an ore bin because they're going up into there and cleaning out that area high above. Okay, we have a ladder here that they were working, and then down here at our feet, and for all I know I'm standing on a false floor. It doesn't look like it though, I'm on the edge of it, but there is a looks to be like a wind's going down this direction, but that's as far as it goes. It does go down underneath there, but there's no ladder. Okay. Continuing on. In just a moment, folks. I'd put my there we go. Put my backpack back on. So, what were they doing way back up in here? And here's some more of that canvas that we saw in that upper stope. That's what it is, some sort of a canvas. And if this thing finishes off what was at one time a tiny ore pass. Well, we made it to the end. Okay, let's work our way back here. Looks like that's a piece of rail, but it looks like somebody was using it as a makeshift scaling bar. A lot of timber shoring this thing up. Okay. Now we have to work our way on the other side of that ore bin. All right, I'll just meet you folks over there. Okay, made it safely on the other side of that ore bin. I'm sorry, ore chute. And we are working our way back out. Climbing over the backfilled area. There we go. And now we're just working our way out of the mine. Yeah, look at the calcification layers within the andesite there, and then above my head here there's a big vein of looks like limonite up in there, and there's a really nice view of silver. See the gray? That is all silver that they never got out of here. And over here, yeah, see, this is why I sometimes like to keep the camera running on the way out, because we miss things. Now, this is an interesting geological feature here. So, from where my finger is, from here to here, you have layers of andesite. And then you have this big crack right here. It's about 5 inches wide, and it's filled in with like gravel, alluvial gravels that work their way down into the crack from topside. Interesting. I wonder if there would be any free gold within that pocket. Okay. All right. So I'll just meet you folks back outside. I'll see you out there. Okay, folks, back outside. And so a moment ago, we were right down there by old Bob. There's the waste rock pile in the attic we just came out of. So now I worked even higher up on the hill, and we have another one. Now remember when we were inside that last one, there was stopes higher up with ore chutes. So I'm guessing once we get into here, this is where they were getting that material from and then throwing it down them ore chutes. Okay. Let's see what this ad is all about. Let's look up in there real quick. Yeah, this should be the top part of those stopes that we found down below. Oh, we have a bat. Okay. And no air movement in this one. Put some boards above our head here. Why, this thing is just filled with loose rock. There's a widowmaker. Goodness. Let's get out from under that. Okay, we've got ourselves a little bit of a skylight here, but the mine does keep going here. Okay. What's that? Oh, that's probably lantern fuel. There was some more of that canvas on the floor that we found in the other adit. Now you notice how this mine, you see how the ribs in the back of the mine, they aren't nice and smooth. Well, that's because we're going into the mountain against the grain. That's why it's shaped this way, instead of it being like a really nice arch configuration. Oh, and we've reached the back of the mine, or the face, with a gobbed section there. That's interesting that they stack those rocks like that. Huh. It's almost as if they stacked them to hide an adit going back in there. Not sure. Okay. But yeah, look at all the silver in this right here. All the gray. See all the dark stuff? That's all silver. And let's look up here. I'll show you that. There you go. You got more of it there. All the crystals in that pocket right there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, lots of silver in here. Look at this vein right here of it. See it all intermixed with that rock there? Put my hand in the field of view to give you an idea of the size of it. Oh wow, that might even be a fleck of gold. No, it's shining too much. That's probably a piece of pyrite right there. Gold really doesn't glitter. There's an old railroad stake. Yeah, gold really doesn't glitter. It's a dull yellow. Okay. Yeah, what that was there was kind of I wouldn't call it a shaft. It just stoped out here and they went to the surface. Okay. What is this on the floor here? Pancake mix. There we go. Complete pancake. All right. Who's gonna whip us up some flapjacks? I'm getting hungry. It's about time for lunch. All right, Mr. Bat. No, don't go outside. He just gave me a little love kiss. Oh, there he went. All right, folks. I'll meet you back outside. Okay, folks, back outside, safe and sound. Yeah, so a moment ago we were just right up there where that waste rock pile is, and I thought for sure once we got into that, it would lead us to the upper part of the stopes that we found when we were inside of this adit right here in front of us, but that didn't turn out to be the case. Oh well. So, well, that is going to have to be it for this episode, but I'm not going to leave this area quite yet. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep scratching around here to see what I can find for next weekend, because turning around over here and looking up into the valley, let me show you. So off to the right, there's a big waste rock pile over there, but I'm seeing some sort of a solar array on the side of the hill over there. That might be somebody's active mine. But there's more adits. The map is saying there's more adits up on the other side of this hill and way over there on the other side of that saddle. So there's a good chance that we'll be able to find some more for next weekend. All right, so yeah, here shortly I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this weekend's adventure. And as always, hey, to all my new subscribers, thank you so much for coming on board. I really do appreciate that. And I'm trying real hard to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the time snow flies. That would be great. So do me a favor and tell all your friends about my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Spread the word if they're into this sort of thing. That would be great. Okay, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again next weekend. Take care now. Bye-bye.